Everyone should still have recording access. Taylor, can you hear us on your end?
I can.
Perfect. All right, let's go to Jonathan Alexander for the first question.
Hey Taylor, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. So I was talking to Brian Burns recently just about his development, and he said that he knew that he was getting better when he was going against guys like you and Russell Okun, and obviously, and if he could do anything against the best tackles in the league, then he could do it against other guys. So I just wanted to ask, when did you first notice like he was really improving, and what in particular, was there any moment in particular that you were like, oh, okay, he's got it?
I don't know if there was a particular moment, but I mean, I knew from the jump when he got on this team, he was going to be a special player, and it's pretty cool to see it, continue to come to fruition and seeing him just take those steps to become a better player, day in, day out, week in and week out, and sky's the limit for that guy. So I'm excited to, see it firsthand.
But what about him that gave you confidence that he was going to be?
His athleticism, the way he can just bend the corner, his size, his length, his mindset. He's got a killer instinct on the field. I can see that out of him. Play in and play out, his consistency. So.
All right, let's go to Skylar Callahan for the next question, followed by Sharon Thorsland.
Hey, Taylor, last time we talked to you, you'd said that you and the Panthers haven't had any contract talks or anything like that. Has that changed any? And if not, when do you kind of expect to get into that? Is that more so immediately after the season, or maybe a little bit deeper into the offseason?
I'm not focusing on contract right now. I'm just focusing on right now going 1-0 in the Broncos season, and just being the best player, best Taylor Moton I can be. Because right now that's what's most important for myself and the team. So just taking it one day at a time and trusting the process.
Hey, Taylor, when you look at the Broncos defensively, I know obviously they're missing Von Miller, but Bradley Chubb seems to have really stepped up this season. What do you see out of him and how they're playing as a whole?
Yeah, they have a very good front seven. Chubb's a very athletic, dynamic player, along with a lot of guys on the defense. So we'll just continue to study them up and do everything we can to be prepared because, preparation leads to confidence. So just continue up until the game, getting ready.
Let's go to Mike Solarte for the next question.
Hey, Taylor, just following up on that, Coach Rule mentioned that Denver is tops in the league in red zone defense. You guys have had your struggles getting 6 as opposed to getting 3 when you get down into that spot. Would a couple of touchdowns in there not only just help you guys in the scoreboard, but would that also maybe give you guys a little bit of a shot in the arm in the confidence department, being able to punch in 6s against a group like this?
It's hard for myself to talk for offense as a whole. I work to do my best to just focus on what I can do and my role all over the field. I know how important it is to punch the ball in the red zone. So I just look at how me, myself, can do my job to the best of my ability to give the quarterback the time he needs, the receivers the time they need to run those routes, give the running back the holes that they need, to get in the end zone. So all I do is focus on myself and, because that's the name of the game, is doing your own job. So.
And kind of following up on the previous question about contracts, there's a lot of writing out there in the grade scale of how you're playing this year, and you continue to grade very, very highly. Is that something that you and your agent discuss maybe when you sit down to have these discussions, whenever the case may be, or the time may be?
I haven't had those discussions yet, so I don't know. But ultimately, I don't look at those grades right now. I'm looking at what I can do to become a better player. I'll look back on the film and see what I need to do to take that next step to just continue to be the best Taylor Moton I can be, because that's all I can control right now.
Let's go to Elena Getzenberg.
Hey, Taylor, I was curious, you've stayed, knock on wood, very healthy. Is that something you kind of pride yourself? Yes. Is that something you pride yourself on, being available? And how do you kind of think about staying healthy and making sure you're always available?
It just comes down to just doing everything I can off the field, making sure I'm on top of my recovery, making sure that I'm, playing to play hard, because, a lot of injuries might happen when you stop too early, you get rolled up on. So just little things like that. But ultimately, I don't think too much about it. I haven't. It's my 3rd year now starting, and like you said, knock on wood, no injuries. So, just doing all the little things outside of football to make sure I'm as fresh as I can be when the game comes.
All right, guys, we have time for one more question if anyone has one for Taylor.
I have one. Taylor, so I'm wondering, can you talk about, I guess, I've heard that, offensive lineman versus defensive lineman, there's a game within a game. Can you talk about, I guess, the offensive lineman's role in that game? Because I know defensive linemen, they want to see how an offensive lineman reacts to certain moves over and over again. Can you talk about from the offensive lineman's point of view?
As an offensive lineman, I think one of the biggest words in, at this level is consistency, making sure that playing and play out, you're getting a plus on your grade, making sure that you're doing your job at the most consistent level you can. So ultimately, like I was saying earlier, comes down to a lot of preparation, making sure I know the guy who's in front of me. There's games within the games like you're saying, and maybe he might get me on a move that maybe I didn't see, film, what have you. But the key is to make sure you learn and grow from it right then and there. So make sure that, if you get beat on a certain play, you don't get beat on that same play again, or that same move rather. So, and I think that doesn't just go with linemen. That goes with, I think, a lot of positions on the field ultimately. But what do I know? I only played a line, right? So.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. Taylor, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.